Lewis Hamilton silenced some of his critics in China with an impressive pole in the sprint and a dominant display in the sprint race, winning his and Ferrari's first. It finally seems like Ferrari had got it together after an awful start in Australia. Ferrari were so back, well, just for a second, because it's Ferrari, then Ferrari happened. But things changed fast in Formula 1 as Ferrari's pace from the sprint had seemingly disappeared overnight after making changes to try and aid tyre deg. But Ferrari, why are we changing a race-winning car? I don't get it. Now, I'm not an engineer, but in my opinion, if it's not broke, don't try and fix it. I think this is kind of a tale of getting greedy and pushing to find more performance, which I get because it's the start of the season and you're still trying to figure your car out. However, the car was fine. Just leave it alone. But there is a theory that Ferrari had to raise the ride height for the remainder of the weekend due to concerns of excessive plank wear during a full race, which could explain the lack of pace therefore afterwards. But whatever changes he did, it took away any pace Lewis Hamilton had in the sprint and he was kind of in no man's land in the race. As for Charles Leclerc, who got a broken front wing after hitting Lewis Hamilton at the start of the race and somehow had a better car after that, which I still don't know the science of that. But it still really wasn't fast enough to challenge for a podium. Anyway, P5 and P6, decent points in the race. Until Ferrari happened. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc disqualified from the Chinese GP. Ferrari. And what's even weirder, they weren't even disqualified for the same reasons. Leclerc was disqualified for being 1 kg under the weight limit, and Lewis was disqualified for his plank wear being over the limit. Small margins, but big mistakes. When you think about it, this really should have been a weekend to remember for Ferrari after Lewis's first pole and first win in the Ferrari. However, now it's kind of bitterly overshadowed with this double DNF, and if anything, it's embarrassing. This really shouldn't happen and can't happen at Ferrari. It's a mess and they are already fighting an uphill battle trying to play catch up to McLaren and even Mercedes and maybe even Red Bull. It just really isn't ideal because now a DNF from either driver is going to be even more costly and they can wave goodbye to any championships this year. I'm sure Ferrari will do their investigations and due diligence and find out the reasons for this and make sure that it never ever happens again. It can't ever happen again. I still don't necessarily think that it's over for Ferrari. It's a long season and there's still I think there's 22 races left, which is a lot of points. The bottom line for me is Ferrari have a fast car in there somewhere, they just need to try and extract it. And I wouldn't count them out on winning races this season, but they have their problems and they need to just figure them out and figure them out fast. This kind of incompetence can't keep going on at Ferrari. It's happened for so many years and a lot of people who are Ferrari fans thought it was over, but it's kind of sneaking its way back in again and nobody wants to see this. They're running out of excuses to get it together and give Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc a capable car and at most a legal car. Now there may be hope still for Ferrari as there is talk of Ferrari bringing upgrades as soon as the Bahrain GP to address some of these problems, which is good because it seems like they have already identified the weakness in the car and they're working hard to solve it. It is believed that Ferrari struggles point towards the rear end suspension and does not provide enough support to run low, which hinders performance and it just causes a whole lot of other problems. And it's being reported that Ferrari will bring upgrades to address this for Bahrain, which could explain their concerns for plank wear and their change of pace throughout the weekend in China. So I guess we have to wait and see if this makes a difference and fixes this problem for Ferrari. In the meantime, Ferrari just need to try and bounce back in Japan and just have a solid weekend. No drama, no mistakes, and just get some decent points on the board because they cannot afford to have another weekend like they did in China or even Australia. They have to get it together. They have to get points on the board. If they don't get a decent points in Japan, it's looking really bleak for them and it's going to be impossible to get near the McLarens. If the McLarens keep their momentum up, it's going to be near impossible. So I think if Ferrari just have a good weekend in Japan, get some solid points, get to Bahrain with their upgrades, hopefully they work, and then they'll hope that they can be somewhere near McLaren and not all titles are out of reach. It's not over for Ferrari just yet, but they have got to perform. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of Ferrari this season? Do you think they can turn it around? If you like this video, make sure to leave me a comment as well. It really helps. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.